you're starting up a business, the one main thing you have to have is a good website. Some people find this frightening, other people just don't bother doing it, which is a huge mistake. And it's a lot easier than you think. And somebody who can tell you all about this, who in fact is doing a course on the 18th, next Wednesday, is a lady called Teri Morris, who moved over from the States a number of years ago and is based in New Ross and worked with IBM. And she's on the line to us now. Hi, Teri, how are you?
Geoff, hi, thanks so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Not at all. Now, you took an interesting journey, which is quite a long journey, but very interesting on how you ended up doing this with websites. But I've gone on your own website, which is impulsehub.ie, and it really looks very impressive. You were saying to people, it's not that difficult to do it. Don't be afraid, but you can show them. Isn't that the idea?
Absolutely, yeah. The tools that the way that websites have been developed these days has changed hugely. In the beginning, people used to have to code it. You know, if you wanted a website, it used to have to be coded by using a language called HTML. And then they came out with frameworks, which made it a little bit easier. But things have actually moved on since then. And so some of the frameworks that people would have been using would be things like WordPress and things like that. But now, with the website builders, pretty much anybody can do one. They're not all the same. I have a favorite of mine that I use, but I am familiar with many of them.
What are the most common mistakes people make when they're building a website?
I think the thing is that they don't realize what they're going to use the website for. So I give a class called Website in an Hour, and I always say to anyone who comes to my class, the logistics are really, really easy these days.
You can do it sorry, you said website in an hour. You can actually do it in an hour.
Yes. So my workshop is actually an afternoon course, and what I do is I go through the material and I build an e-commerce website in 1 hour, the entire thing in 1 hour.
Regardless of what the business is.
Kind of surprised. Yeah. But the thing that's difficult is that people don't always think of why they want a website or what their objectives are, how it's going to help their business.
Yeah.
And if people can do that work before they come to the workshop, we can get a huge amount done. What happens is that sometimes people show up, and when they start thinking about it, they start thinking about their business, and they're like, oh my God, I don't really know what my business is about. Or, they know what they're kind of doing, but they don't, they don't really understand the value that they're providing to other people well enough to be able to put that across in the website, like when you have to put it down, on the web or whatever, so that other people can see it. They need to be able to get those messages out so that it makes sense for their business and it works for them.
Yeah, a website in an hour. I mean, you can pay huge amounts of money if you want to get your website done, can't you? But you don't need to.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you don't need to. And I think the thing is, some people have tried some of the website building tools as well. For some people, it's going to be easy. For other people, it's not. And so one of the reasons why I offer the course is that when they come, not only will I go over how to actually use the tool, but I have the expertise and everything, so that if they have questions, I can show them how to make the best use of the tool. And they have a contact as well. So not all those website building tools are the same. I've had people who have tried Wix or Weebly, and they've asked me to help them. Most of them are drag and drop. The tool that I use is called Strikingly. It's different because it's what you see is what you get builder.
Yeah.
So to me, that's more intuitive. It's more user friendly. All of those platforms run as what's called a software as a service platform. And that means that you have to do hosting with them. And that's unlike it's unlike WordPress that can basically run anywhere. That is open source, but there's pluses and minuses to each. The benefit for me of using some of these tools, like, the Strikingly tool, is that it allows you to focus on your business. And you can make changes so quickly. And for me, that's the exciting thing about it. I really love the fact that you can focus on your business, because I think that's why we have a website.
That is one of the key things, isn't it? To keep it updated all the time, because you can go onto websites for different companies and you'd be quite surprised how badly behind they are, how out of date things are. And it looks very bad. It's very bad optics for their business.
Absolutely. And the other thing is that I think, it's becoming more and more important to be able to keep your website up to date. And so you need to be able to do it very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And for people who aren't familiar, like if they're using some of the older tools and things like that, you know, for me, I think like WordPress has been out there 14, 15 years. It is an older tool. It's not as intuitive for most people. It's going to be harder to update. If it's going to be harder, you're not going to want to update it. So I think the idea of really thinking about your website differently these days, which you can do, and thinking about it strategically in terms of how you can use it for your business can make a huge difference. And I think the other thing is I don't know if you've heard, like in the news, there's been a big push on the whole getting businesses giving businesses more support. I know I went to a talk by one of the local enterprise offices, and they were saying how only like a quarter of the Irish SMEs are trading online, and this area is growing, and it's such an important area that the government is actually giving out more and more, where they're putting more emphasis on online trading, and they're giving out vouchers to help people with this. It's a big area, and it's a very serious area as well, because so many people are trading online, they're actually doing business outside of Ireland. So this is going to be a big concern within the Irish government.
It's all fascinating, and of course it's fast moving as well, because all the technology turns over all the time. But it's on the 18th, Teri. How do people apply if they'd like to join you?
Yeah. So I have a website called websiteinanhour.net, and if they want to go on there, I'm actually running a promotion as well. Can I say this? Is that okay?
Don't know what you're going to say.
No, yeah. Well, I'll just say if they want to get in touch with me, I'll tell them about it. No, it's just a promotion code because I'm going to a fantastic event next week called Women's Inspire.
Oh.
So I have a code for Women's Inspire.
Great.
People can use just to mention that. But anyways, it's a super course. If anyone is interested in that, I have the website in an hour. I have a website in a week as well, which is an online course. And I just, if I can help people to get their websites up or to upgrade their websites or whatever, it's very, very simple. And, all they have to do is pick up the phone, email me, or go to my website. So it's websiteinanhour.net is for my course, and my own website is impulsehub.ie.
Great. Hope you have lots of people, Teri. And thanks very much for telling us about that.
Okay, thanks so much, Geoff. I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
We are local. We are WLR.